Welcome to Jersey Beast TV, your source for muscle building and strength training information. In this video, we're going to cover a couple different ways you can use bodyweight exercises super effectively to maximize size and strength. Now, it's September, which means for a lot of guys going into the winter, it's our time to gain mass, right? It's our time to gain muscle mass. It's our time to gain strength. It's our time to wear hoodies in the gym and throw our earphones in and go balls to the wall in our training sessions, right? And that said, because of the situation over the last several months, a lot of us are training at home. And you may be in a situation where you are limited to access, you have limited access to the amount of weight you can use for your workouts, which means you aren't necessarily lifting as heavy as you could, and your volume is probably higher. Maybe you're slowing your rep speed down to maximize the intensity of your sessions. But this technique that I'm going to share with you right now is something that I do myself pretty regularly, whether I'm lifting heavy or not. But it totally pumps up whatever muscle group you're working and taxes every last muscle fiber you have in that specific muscle group. And the key to doing this method, this burnout method, is to take whatever muscle group you're working and do the bodyweight exercise, do a bodyweight exercise for that muscle group. And you either do a rest pause set, which is 3 max out sets back to back to back with a 10 or 15 second break in between. So it's like you max out on push-ups where you can't do any more. You literally go to failure. Take a 10 to 15 second break, failure again, 10 to 15 second break, and failure again. So you're taxing the muscle fibers. It only takes a minute or two to complete a rest pause set, and your chest will be fried. And you would do that with whatever muscle group you're working. So if you're working your chest, maybe it's push-ups or dips. Maybe if you're working your back, you're doing maybe TRX rows or inverted rows or pull-ups. If you're doing legs, maybe you're doing bodyweight squats or Bulgarian split squats or regular split squats or sissy squats or any bodyweight variation of a leg exercise. So the first technique is rest pause, right? Which we just covered. The second technique, which is just as fucking good, is 100 reps with the least amount of sets as possible. So you got to bang out 100 push-ups, right? Try and get them done in 1 clip. If you can't, maybe you get them done in 2. For back, maybe you're doing 100 pull-ups, which is grueling. We're not talking kipping pull-ups. We're talking real man pull-ups, like all the way down, all the way up, strict pull-ups, chin above the bar if you can. And maybe for legs, you're doing 100 Bulgarian split squats each leg. 100 bodyweight squats you could do 2, but they're not as taxing as maybe doing split squats or jump lunges or jump squats. Because the key to this burnout set, this bodyweight burnout set, is to maximize intensity at the end of your workout. So whatever gas you have left in the tank, you want that shit to turn to fumes, and that's how you do it. So don't let bodyweight exercises fall by the wayside. They're still super beneficial to maximize your workout. And I'm going to leave you with one more way you can use bodyweight exercises to gain size and strength. Because remember, size and strength is about intensity. It's about volume. It's about heavy weights. And given the situation that we're in, you have to pick and choose what you're able to do and hit on those points. So for most of us who maybe don't have a ton of weight to use, it's going to be volume. So another volume-based bodyweight method that you can use is taking that bodyweight exercise we just talked about, push-ups, dips, pull-ups, TRX rows, Bulgarian split squats, bodyweight squats, and you bang out a set in between every set of your regular exercises. So let's, for example, say you are doing bench press, right? The staple for chest. You're doing your bench press, and maybe you got 5 sets of bench press you're doing on any given day. So after every set of bench press, you knock out a sub-maximal set, a sub-max set of push-ups. Sub-max basically means just below your max. So let's say you hit complete, total, utter failure at 15 reps on push-ups. You're going to do 12 or 13. You keep a couple reps in the tank, right? You don't want to go to full failure, just below failure. So it's about how you feel. So you do your set of bench press, you do sub-max set of push-ups. Take a 2 or 3 minute break. Bench press, sub-max set of push-ups. 2 or 3 minute break. Bench press, sub-max. And you do that bodyweight exercise in between every standard chest exercise. The same falls true for back exercises, leg exercises. And I would only do these type of things for your larger muscle groups. So, legs, back, and chest. Maybe shoulders, depending on how intense your shoulder workouts are. But typically when you're doing shoulder work, unless you're using doing a bar overhead press or heavy dumbbells, they're typically the weights are lighter. You're doing lateral raises or upright rows, things like that. Typically the weights are lighter. So, you're probably okay with the weights you have in your home gym for those. But those are the techniques I would use. Again, you guys hear me preach all the time. It's about intensity. It's about heavy weight if you have access to it. It's about being consistent. And especially in times like this, just thinking outside the box. So use those methods and let me know how they work for you. I'm super, super curious. And we'll talk soon.